This conversation about local government autonomy has been ongoing for quite some time. Do you think we have come to the point where the legislators at the National Assembly would now stamp their foot on the ground and establish a clear-cut law that gives a full autonomy to the local government, not just in part?
Well, so far, for me as a person, I've been highly disappointed with our National Assembly, virtually for a lot of things, because it seems like they have become a rubber stamp to every executive power that comes. So you're calling out the National Assembly to do something that if the executive is not ready for, it's not going to be done. There are a lot of loopholes here and there with even our constitutions that need very serious amendments. Sometimes when they sit down to make the laws, you wonder what exactly is in their mind. It's almost as though for each law the National Assembly is passing currently, it is either they are focusing on the lobby to, just let it just be that the law has been passed. We have very great laws in this country. But then on the issue of our local government autonomy, this is one thing I will say. If you have repeated a system, if you have done something repeatedly over and over again, and you are still getting the same results, and you still choose to repeat it again and again, this particular constitution that we're using that is driving this whole madness since 1999 till date should have told us that it is not working. And because it is not working, it is madness for anybody to want to get anything out of this system. I will explain something. See, someone defined madness as repeating the same thing and expecting a different result. This is the local government we're talking about. The fund that comes into the state, and then the state is going to give them whatever thing it wants to give them. With the common clock of politicians that we have had, we've discovered that this trend is not going to change. I will give you two reasons. If there is a road in your local government that is not working, you don't march to your local government chairman. You start calling the state governor to come and fix the road. If there is a water facility in the local government that is not working, you don't see anybody calling out their local government chairman on television or radio or on any of the press media to say, oh, this is not working. Where's our local government chairman? It doesn't even work that way. It moves.
We don't remember them.
Not at all. It's as though typically they don't have any function. So, and then it now even become bad with the quality of politics that we're playing. It now looks as though local government chairmen are pundits of state governors, because once you become the governor of the state, you can choose who's going to be the next local government chairman. So all this kind of madness is actually killing the system. And to be insisting on local government autonomy with the kind of system that we have right now, I don't even think it's going to even help, because it's going to become another looting plot for the boys of the men that is taking over this power. We need to come up with a system that will hold leaders accountable. And that is why, if you look at a huge part of our constitution, the finest part of our constitution is said to be non-justiciable. The part that tells you must provide school, you must provide education, you must provide good roads, they say it's non-justiciable. In other words, you cannot bring an action against your local government chairman or your state governor to say, come and do this for us, you're owing us this duty. The court will tell you it's non-justiciable. Once the court is giving you that kind of thing, it means that even if we give them autonomy, it's still not going to solve the problem. Why? Because the reason is very, very clear. You cannot hold them accountable for the things that they ought to do for you, the basics. And so even if this money and finally they get the autonomy and say, oh, we now give them financial autonomy, how do we hold them accountable for this money? There is nothing in place to hold them accountable. And I can tell you, no matter the amount of laws that we put, it's still on. The idea is to go and amend the constitution, restructure the entire system, because people have been talking about restructuring. We have to restructure the country.
But how do you expect them to restructure when they are benefiting from the decay in the system and the constitution the way it is? We just had the election tribunal give a verdict and basically annulled all of the things we thought we had in the Electoral Act. So, for instance, we saw Festus Okoye telling us that the Electoral Act mandated them to use a digital device in transmission, and that they have the power to give us a digital device.
Yes.
And then they gave us beavers. And now the tribunal is saying that beavers was not...
It's not mandatory.
It's not mandatory. So, I mean, how do you tell them to change a system that they are benefiting from?
Well, I don't know how it's going to work, but Nigerians have to take their country back.